I have a feeling we are live finally. Hello everyone and welcome to Rising Phoenix. It's round number 4. No, sorry, round number 1 of season 4.5. And hopefully this will load. I'm just going to get onto it. Where is it? There we go. Rising Phoenix is live. I'm going to chuck the link in the chat. Everyone needs to ready up. So let's define PS messages just to tell everyone to ready the hell up. It's round number 1. We're here at Spa. This is F1. I forgot to put F1 in the title though. Oops. I'll go sort that out in a second. But once I've done that, you know, we'll be there. There we go. Link is in the chat. And we are ready to get underway for round number 1. Here at Spa. I'll just run you through the teams very, very quickly whilst you wait. So, RRT Splinter is in the Mercedes alongside Black Phoenix. Then Radar and Flex Marcel in the Ferrari. In the Red Bull we have Cassux and RP James. In the Haas we have Conal and Buttons back. In the Toro Rosso we have JJ Byrne and TJ Ovi. Then in the Williams we have T Funky and Big Boy Juan. In Racing Point we have Deadwood Bear, Willow PG Killer. The Renault is Big Slater, Bazooka Joe. Then in the McLaren is Anton Bennett and Jordan. Finally, in the Alfa Romeo we have MMA Slash. Unfortunately he's without teammates so far, but I'm sure we will get him one by next week. Now obviously we're here at the Circuit de Spa Frankenschamps. I don't know if I've said that right, but I've tried my best. And it's raining. That's peak shit. It's raining. Oh no, it's not. It's just very, very fucking cloudy. Pardon my language. I don't speak French. But anyway, I'm just going to go on to this. Edit the title quickly. Have F1 in there. There, and now it's not like I ever changed it. Boom. So hey, welcome everyone to the stream. Hope you enjoy yourselves today. Anyway, all 15 drivers in the garage so far. A few choosing the hards, some on the softs, some on the mediums. And as per usual, we'll watch the first man who gets out on track, or the first man to actually get from his outlap to the start. So it will be Buttons back for today. Buttons back obviously in the Haas. One of the players who has been here for quite a few seasons now. I actually think since season 2, if I'm correct, possibly season 3. You know, Buttons back has been here most of the game. Well, this game cycle. Obviously last season in season 4, which ended 2 weeks ago. Button didn't have the best finish, ended up in 15th with only 14 points from many races in the Renault. So hopefully this season Button can do a lot better for himself. And obviously we don't have last season champion Black Phoenix, also not here today. He's decided against racing for this week. We also have last season's second place Legend, also not racing anymore in the league either. Unfortunately, Legend wants to commit his time to SLR, so we respect that and wish him the best. However, third place from last season, Radar, is here and he's in the Ferrari. So I have a feeling this season may be a three-way battle again. However, this time I think what we can do is we can have not only Black Phoenix and Radar in the fight, I think MMA Slash will also be someone to look out for. However, according to T Funky, one of the drivers who's come up from F2, his friend Tjori, or TJ as we're going to call him from now on, is a very quick driver and a lot faster than T Funky. So maybe he can challenge the likes of Black Phoenix and, you know, maybe even RP James, sorry, and MMA Slash as well. Anyway, along with Buttons back on the soft tyres. Now, obviously, over through Radio Rouge. down to the first of the 2 DRS straights. Surprisingly, Belgium being one of the longest tracks in terms of lap time and also distance, it only has 2 DRS straights, both of which, if I'm correct in saying, aren't as long as the one in Baku. So the 2 aren't as long as the one big long one in Baku put together. Anyway, welcome to Cobalt. Hope you enjoy the... So I'm in the party with you, but won't be able to talk to you. Big sad. Oh well. As always, if you're watching this race as a spectator, don't forget, as someone who wants to watch the league, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and tune in every Friday for F1 and F2, and then every Saturday for our multiplayer car league. But also, when F1 2020 comes out, I will say, keep an eye some other days. There might be something else for you. Anyway, Button's back, already run out of ERS as he's coming up to the bus stop chicane. Is he going to go in the pits? And nope, he's staying out. This is his lap. You want to get you want to get better than a 1:44.5, that's for sure. However, that is his lap. Done and dusted. Kasach's a 1:43.8. Going to move to Willow now. Oh no, they're not going to move to Willow. So MMA Slasher 1:44.1 on the mediums. Tajori at 1:57. Deary me, that's awful. Hopefully he can improve on that one. Splinter 1:45.5 on the hards. So I think Splinter will be probably at the same pace as Button's back on the softs. Possibly even a little bit quicker. Conal with 1:44.4 as well. As Jordan overtaking Anton Bennett. Anton going into the pits. Jordan on the hards is going to get a 1:45. This is Kashvori, the 150, still 1:57. I think he's going back out for another lap. Conal did get 1:44.4. I don't know if I mentioned that. Jordan got 1:45.9. So 4 tenths off Splinter on the hard tyres as well. I'm going to stay along with Tajori as Flex Marcelva 1:44.2. So currently Slash looking really good on the medium so far. As Willow setting a 1:58.3, not best lap time, however I expect that to be improved upon. Quite a few people are still in the pits at the moment. Too Funky just starting his flying lap. I do wonder if anyone may come back out for a second lap in a very short amount of time. As Tajori with a 1:44 dead on the softs, so a very good lap time to start off with. Wonder if he can improve on that at a later point in the session. Anyway, on to T Funky in the Williams. His Williams teammate not joining us today, so T Funky's really going to have to push himself to really fight against the big boys. Possibly one of the in my predictions, it's actually not predicted too high. I didn't publish my prediction video because it corrupted, but you know, oh well. Not my fault. But yeah, so hopefully T Funky can show why he's in F1 and hopefully push away from the relegation zone. Anyway, RP Gamez, oh sorry, James, it's not Gamez, I do apologise, also out on a lap. So is Bazooka Joe. Now, looking at where they are, it's safe to say that none of them are actually super close to finishing their lap. I actually can't see oh no, Bazooka Joe's only just started his. Fair enough. So, Too Funky though. Just coming up to bus stop chicane again. Taking it nice and quickly. You don't want to spend too much time here. Obviously, the quicker you can enter and exit that, the better. But Too Funky with a 1:45.2. Better than the previous lap set, Willow did improve to 1:46.2. James on a lap, Deadwood Bear's just started his. So we catch up to James, who's actually backed out on his lap. So instead we'll move to the Renault of Bazooka Joe, just going through poo on here. As many people say, the auto spin left-hand turn. However, if you can do it very right, you can gain so much time on many other drivers. Anyway, 9 minutes 28 left to go. Wrap me around up to 10 minutes because of, you know, the game being very awkward in the way it's made, but oh well. Redar also on an outlap. I don't think anyone's coming to improve on their time. T-Funky might attempt it. However, I'm not so sure. Bazooka Joe. Ooh, a slight clip on the inside of the curb there. This will be quite a good time. It's a 1:44.7, just behind Buckham's back, only by 2/10. A few drivers coming back out on outlaps. This is going to be interesting. Splinter on an outlap. Willow probably just come back into the pits. Deadwood Bear seems to be the next man who we got. Oh, he's invalidated. Anton Bennett seems to be the next man we're going to see on a lap. Unless T-Funky is trying to improve himself. Obviously that is a complete possibility. We can't rule that out yet. Conal and Button both back out on laps. Redar just starting his as well. So yellow in sector 2, and that is a Red Bull. Nope, no, it's... I don't know who it is. I think it may be... Oh, Anton 1:43.8. That is... Oh, the creme de la creme. Okay, so I think it may have been Cassix who was the yellow flag there. Deadwood Bear went back into the pits. We had a Mercedes cross the line, and that is Splinter just starting his lap. Purple second sector there for J. Redar. Bazooka Joe did come in with 1:44.7, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. Just checking if I did, because obviously I don't want to mention things and then they get, or don't not mention things and I leave them. But Redar, the 1:43.5, that is pole at the moment. However, it can be improved upon. Many drivers know this. Jordan out on a lap. Splinter out on a lap. Bazooka Joe back into the pits. Conal's also starting on a lap. Slash, his lap is over and it's a 43.6. Oh. This is going to be one tight qualifying session here. I think the first driver who's been able to set a new lap will be... won't be Jordan. Actually, it might be, I'm not sure. I think actually it's going to be... Oh no, Gamez is not on a lap. It's like James, not Gamez. Okay, so it will be Splinter who will be the first man to set... Oh no, it won't. It will be Jordan. Ignore me then. So obviously people's best tyres so far. Everyone in the top 10 on the softs. Splinter on the hards though, along with Jordan. Willow tried his lap on the mediums as well. Have a Gamez and Deadwood Bear. Oh, sorry, James and Deadwood Bear. I'm gonna make that mistake all season. Both, well, Deadwood Bear choosing the softs. James choosing the mediums here. Oh, Splinter a slight lock up. However, he's still looking pretty quick. This will be an improvement. As I say, 1:45.4. And unfortunately for him, that's still 11th place. However, there is a Haas behind him. I think that is Conal. Yes, it was. I'm sure if that lap was much better than his last one. Unless that was his lap. Or he got invalidated or something, but... Oh no, was it better by 2/10? My apologies. As Cassix is just doing it even faster, 1:43.2. Ooh. Now this is going to be a tasty race. Jordan did improve slightly, however However, it only moved him up to 11th position. Deadwood Bear apparently on an outlap here. I honestly thought he was on a lap. Oh well. We'll move on to James, who's going to be the next person, apart from that Force India. Oh, that's Willow, I think. Yeah, I believe that's Willow. Just here, yeah. Oh, no, it's the other four. Oh, James is in the barrier. I can't believe I turned off that. Shoot, that was Deadwood Bear starting his lap. And James is out. So he's going to be starting at the back, unless Deadwood Bear can, well, pull out some magical nonsense and end up crashing in a barrier before him. Before he sets a lap, so you never know. You never know. So yellow flag in sector 3 obviously for James. So also going quite slowly. I believe that may be Tajori. Anyway, we're going to ride with Deadwood Bear for now. Just see what lap time he can set. His teammate right in front of him, apparently still on an outlap. Oh, as we can see, there's a very slow moving Williams there. That, I believe, is T-Funky. Yes, it is. Anyway, Deadwood Bear gets on the gravel just slightly. We can see Splinter and Willow both in front. Nobody else really out on track. 3 people on outlaps, nothing more. Everyone who's in the pits now must be satisfied with their lap. They have to come out as quickly as possible, really. Lap times are a hell of a lot different here. You know, they're big, so you need to get out at that 2-minute mark at minimum. But Deadwood Bear, 13th position, 1:45.9. Not sure if that was a slow lap or if Deadwood Bear really did push his hardest. Willow's on a lap himself, but seems to have come off it. Let me just go tell Deadwood Bear to invite Slash back. Can you invite Slash back, please? Thank you. So there we go, that's done. Anyway, with Slash being invited back, we'll keep an eye on Splinter for now. We'll wait till his second sector split to see if he has improved or not. See, Slash will probably want an invite back, so hoping Deadwood Bear can send him one. Now let me just check Splinter's times. So Splinter better in both his first and second sector here. This could be a very good lap. Deadwood Bear retired from the session. There, I believe, was Jordan moving out of the way. And Splinter is going to get a 1:44.5, which is going to move him up to 9th position on the mediums. Very, very good from Splinter. Let me just check, see if he's asked one back. I'm not super sure. But Splinter has retired now. Bazooka Joe about to set a lap. MA Slash is back, which is great. And Bazooka Joe 1:44.4, which puts Splinter back down a position. T-Funky also 100% out at the moment. Well, he's 100% out of the top 10. Honestly, starting 11th is better than being like 10th in my opinion. Anyway, Anton Bennett, one of the last few people able to set a lap, as well as Jay Reedar, who's just improved and is just behind Kasserks. Let's see, Slash has retired. He's in 3rd at the moment. Will Bennett beat that? Tajori also looking to beat it as well. Both of these guys quite close in times. Could be interesting. Tajori's also just started his lap. A lot of people really ready to go and push their hardest now. Kasux has also just started a lap. Quali has apparently ended. Let's see, we can't confirm that yet as nobody's been confirmed finished. As you'll see it once Anton crosses the line here. He's going to try his best to get pole. Will the McLaren driver do it? It's going to be tight. It's at 1:43.4 and it's invalid. It's invalid. Oh no, it was I have no idea. Was it an improvement? Or was it invalid? Oh, it was invalid. Okay. And it wasn't. Oh, it was slightly better. That lap time would have moved him into third. Jordan confirms a 9th position finish at the moment at 1:44.3. Bazooka Joe does have the opportunity to beat that though. Anyway, Tajori, one of the few men we're looking at. Another one being Jay Reedar. Bazooka Joe's retired. That's confirming Jordan in the top 10. Oh, it's in the top 10 anyway. Ignore me. Anyway, to Tajori. Carrying on the last few corners. Here it goes. And it's a 1:43.9. As Flex is improved to 1:43.7. Here come through the last few drivers. And it's pole from Kasux. 1:43 dead on. Dotton's back also improved to 1:43.9. And that means Polly is done. Now, if you excuse me, I'll be back in less than 5. If I miss the start, I do apologise, but I need to just help my mum with something very quickly. So I'll be back. Don't worry, lads. I'm back for the formation lap. My apologies about that, everyone. Anyway, looking at the tyres, all the top 10 on the softs, obviously. Sprinter taking 11th with the mediums. T-Funky also on the mediums. Deadwood Bear with the softs. Willow with the hards. And RP James with the mediums. And thank you all for tuning in today. I got 1:44. That's Anton, obviously. Unlucky for getting validated on the final corner, my friend. There's likely to be a sunny race for the whole of today. Racing Points will have a lot of work to do. However, The Red Bulls, looking as they normally do, with a clear first and second driver. James all the way down in 15th. Kasserks, the new man to the league, in first. It's also a very good start from both of the both of the Ferraris, sorry, in second and fourth. Looking like the real life performance here. However, that's about it for teams doing well for themselves. Both of the McLarens in the top 10. So, that's very good for them. We can expect a very, very scary start. Not just into turn 1, but turn 2, 3 and 4. Obviously Eau Rouge, Radion as well. Very, very scary. Especially going too wide. You don't want to do that. You really, really don't want to do that. Anyway, unofficially this stream is sponsored. Not really, it's just drink water, guys. That's it. That's all I'm going to say. Drink water. It's good for you. To any racer who's watching this, just a quick one. Please, please, don't be stupid on the safety car. I personally had a league race yesterday. Was not impressed with the safety car restarts. If I see that here, as the owner of the league and as a steward, I will be very, very quick to moan at you. Thank you. As you get ready for 5 red lights. Most of the drivers are on the grid. I don't get a good view of this. That's fun. 5 red lights are out and away we go. Eventually. There we go. A few drivers moving out the blocks quite early. Looks like there may be a dive going on, but it looks pretty good so far. Oh, Dead Willows had a bit of a mismatch there. There's a lot of people going too wide. Reed Kasserks first through. Anton next. Oh, there's a spin on for that Ferrari and he's gone wide. That is Flex Marcel. There's a yellow flag and it's RP James. Oh no. He's ended up in the barrier. Let's just hope things stay clean from here on out. Reed first. Sorry, no, Kasserks first. Reed second. Anton in third, making the jump up. Very good from Anton there. Few people going up and down positions, obviously, his overtakes. Best commentary ever. But Shivori's just overtaken Jordan, but Jordan's got back with Shivori making his way into the wall. He's also getting new Wi-Fi, so hopefully he won't be jumping around like this for next race. Unfortunately, us at the team were not aware of his predicaments with Wi-Fi issues until yesterday. MMA Slash trying his best to get past Anton here. We'll keep an eye on this battle. Obviously Slash at one of the new drivers in the league. Anton been here since last season. Last season didn't do too hot. However, the win in the multiplayer car league last week at Bahrain, he's really hoping he can get some good points here. And, you know, show why he's one of the best drivers out there. As Flex Marcel and Button's back. They're just going together. All Button and Conal also having a bit of a ding-dong battle with each other. I don't know why there's a yellow flag in the third sector, but I think... Oh no, I do know why. It's Willow, PG kid. I don't know what's happened to him, but he's very, very slow at the bus stop chicane. Jordan and Shijori fighting each other as well. And into the second lap, we've already got a crash. It's Anton. Anton has caused a virtual safety car. Anton's out. Oh, I think him and Kasserks... I don't know what happened. I think he tried to go too wide, possibly with Radar or Kasserks. But now it's a virtual safety car. Willow and James both slightly saved there. The race is not ruined too much, but unlucky to Anton. Obviously, we'll have to see footage of that just in case it was anyone's fault. You know, we can't be too certain on it. But it's a good time for both of them to pit. Willow onto the mediums. James onto the softs. Let me just check what tyres they were on earlier. So Willow was on the hards, whereas James... Oh, that's Anton. So James was on the mediums. So technically both of them now can go back and, you know, do their best. Do whatever they want. As we're racing again. Don't think Bazooka Joe realises that. But neither did Splinter, as he was caught off guard by Deadwood Bear. However, also up the field, we have Buttons back, closing in on Flex Marcel. His teammate Conal right behind. Jory overtakes Bazooka Joe, or sorry, TJ. And Deadwood Bear past Splinter. Is Buttons back going to go for a move on Flex? The two Rising Phoenix lads. Ooh. Flex defends the inside. Button looked at it, decided not to make the move. DRS now enabled. Everyone's really close thanks to that virtual safety car. Splinter into the pits. Conal was looking there to make a move. He still is looking. He's up the inside of his teammate. It's a bit of contact, how it's not enough to cause anything. No damage whatsoever. Conal's going to follow him through. Obviously has to be careful up here. But now we get to the nitty gritty DRS shtick. As Redar is through into first. Behind them, Button and Conal fighting each other. Conal will take the inside line. And the Haas's switch places. Jory behind Jordan. Deadwood Bear also close to Bazooka Joe here. He's looking to make a move up the inside. A little bit of a lock up and a tight squeeze. But Deadwood Bear's still got the inside line at the moment. It'll be outside for this next corner, but Bazooka Joe has to yield there, and that is 9th position for Deadwood Bear. Now last season's F2 champion, Splinter, currently in at 12th position, however has just had a pit stop. Was Jory, I don't know what's just happened to him, but he's gone off the track there. Missed his braking zone. He's rejoined safely though, so big respect to that. And now looking back up the field, Jordan now looking to have a piece of someone else. Oh no, Jory's back. Okay, never mind. Ignore all of that. We did not just have a car randomly die and then come back to life. As Jordan now on the back of Button and Conal. There's a yellow flag in the second sector. Don't know who it is, but I believe it may be Willow. Possibly going super slow as he's been overtaken. Must have made a mistake at Puon. Anyway, we can see this train. 4 drivers all here, really ready to go at each other. TJ now on the back of Jordan, who's on the back of Button. Could this be a double overtake? We're going to ride on board with TJ. He's looking. He's not going to make it. Jordan, is he going to try it? Ooh. Unfortunately not. Bazooka Joe and Deadwood Bear both fighting each other as well. Bazooka Joe currently keeping the position. Deadwood Bear just looking around to see if the German wants to leave any weak openings. Because Deadwood Bear, like a Spitfire, is ready to take the German down. World War II references. And we're in Belgium. This is just, love that. I do love that. Willow into the pits again. Deadwood Bear only 2 tenths behind now. Cassix is retired. Oh my. And he's in the wall. Yikes. I don't know how that's happened, but Cassix is out of the race. No safety car, surprisingly. And that's unlucky for the Red Bulls here. Cassix was looking really good so far. Oh, now the safety car's out. Is it time to go in for hards? Is Redar... Yeah, Redar's pitting. Slash joining him. And it looks like everyone, apart from Button, obviously because his teammates are in the pits, is going in the pits. I think even if Button's teammates in the pits, you should go into the pits. Even if your teammate's there, you will lose less positions by pitting behind your teammate than you will for catching up to the safety car and then continuing on. So that's a free pit stop for everyone onto hards or mediums for some reason. I question people's decisions. However, if Button wants to stay out, he can stay out. And there's no bother to me, but I'm just saying it's possible. At least now Willow has the chance to catch back up. Luckily, with Button being behind the safety car, he has this opportunity. So at the moment it leads Button, Radar, Slash, Conal, Jordan, Bazooka Joe, Flex, TJ, Tafunky, Deadwood Bear, Splinter, James, and then Willow. Obviously, everyone has at least made a stop now. Button is the only man who hasn't. As for position changes, most people up positions, Flex and TJ being the only people to lose them. Obviously, big losses from Cassix and Anton, two of the front runners for today's race. And it looks like now we may have to, really look at this and think, Button obviously is going to have to do his best to really push away. As Willow did decide to go in the pits. I wonder what tyres he's chosen. Oh, he's chosen the hards. Hards to the end. Realistic? Okay. But I do wonder. Button's probably got the weight of the world on his shoulders. Safety car will be in next lap, or the lap after. I hope not the lap after, but you never know. It looks like Radar and Slash may be having the biggest battle so far. Let us know your thoughts in the live feed. I'm always open to read that. As we have a TJ fan and a Jordan fan, neither of them out yet. Oh, as Tafunky and Deadwood Bear overtaking each other for some reason. I'm assuming we're just not going to talk about it. So, yeah. And at this point, Willow can just go and set fastest lap if he wanted. Because technically, he can. Oh, no, he can't as he was in the bits. Yeah, never mind. Ignore that. But at least James has caught back up to the pack. Lap 6, and it's basically like a race restart now. $16 laps left to go. One more of which at least will be under safety car. So yeah. Right now is the point you're just like, let's go see what F2's up to. F2 obviously at Belgium as well. Both leagues have the same calendar. But hopefully you can see less safety cars and more qualifying. I think they'll still be in qualifying at this point, I'm not too sure. If it's only a 10-minute difference, I don't think they'll still be in... I think it'll be like lap 1 for them. Maybe. And I've seen a league that started 10 minutes later, but unfortunately finished before it because of the fact that it was raining and there were like 5 safety cars. Well, not 5, but it was an example, okay? Also, Willow closing back down those numbers very well. Most drivers already at Puon. See, Willow, only 2 corners behind. Don't know if you count the kink as a third, but I don't. That's a straight to me. Anyway. Only a few laps left to go. Only a few laps, or a few corners left to go under safety car. Oh, no, it's in the next lap. Okay. We're going to have another lap of safety car. Oh, no, it's in this lap. It just, for some reason, waited. Button's back. Being sensible, Willow's also on the back of the safety car queue now. James 2 seconds off of the pack, apparently. Don't know why. Don't know what's happened to him, but I'm gonna have a look. He's just back. Yeah, he's just backed off. I think everyone on the mediums may have to pit at least once now. Once more. So that means 5 pit stops still. Well, 6 pit stops still need to happen. Oh. Slash and Conal. Conal trying to get an advantage. Button's back. Away he goes. T-Funky apparently cut the corner. And we're away and racing. There's already been a dive up the inside, and it's been with Flex and TJ. Flex got a warning, a penalty for some reason. But him and TJ don't seem to be connected with each other, so... Button's back also getting a 3-second time penalty, I don't know what for. But he's been overtaken by Radar. DRS obviously not activated yet. Slash looking at the inside. I ran it outside, my apologies, of Button's back. And has got the position fairly. Don't know what's happened to Splinter, but he's been overtaken by James. Also looking at the field, Flex and TJ both have been fighting each other as well. T-Funky on the back of Deadwood Bear. Everything's just going on right now because obviously it's the restart. The restart for safety car. But it looks like the 2 men on the mediums out in front. Followed by Button's back. He's got quite a gap between him and the leaders. Well, considering all the gaps here, he's got the biggest gap. Oh, apart from Bazooka Joe, but... That's Bazooka Joe. He's defending from TJ. Like, come on, that's a yikes in itself. TJ obviously will have his internet sorted out for next race, as we said. Trying to see the nearest battle. TJ. Ooh. Yeah, that's a yikes. James on the back of T-Funky. Battle for 10th position here. T-Funky's got an engine glitch. That's not fun. That's not fun at all. Deadwood Bear with a 5-second penalty for exceeding track limits. Ooh. And Bazooka Joe has been overtaken by TJ. Bazooka Joe also just gets behind. Will keep the position for now. Jordan is closing on Conal and Button. Conal clearly cutting the corner there. Gains the advantage on Button though, through that. And is able to make an overtake Willow out of the race after spinning at Eau Rouge. And there's a virtual. Oh no. Drivers are not going to be happy about that. Lucky I don't think there can be a 3rd virtual in a race. So, lucky us. Also, this doesn't affect DRS, so luckily, we are able just to get back and get racing. Willow obviously left the session. And Luke cheering on TJ and T-Funky. Both the T lads. Probably should have been in the same team, but TJ joined a bit late, so... Anyway, we're back racing again. Button's back with a penalty for some reason. I don't know how he got a penalty for taking the track. And he flex on Bazooka Joe. Bazooka Joe being pressured by the man in the Ferrari. Flex then getting a penalty for running wide there. Don't really think you gain time, but... Oh well. But Flex taking a much better entrance to that corner. Obviously with no DRS he can't make the move on Joe. He's going to have to wait a while, but Bazooka Joe going deep. Flex likes to go to brake early, get the turn in before drivers have made the turn themselves. He's going to ride right on the back of Bazooka Joe. Can he make the move? He's got DRS. Bazooka Joe takes the inside line. Flex with the outside. We can see a battle between T-Funky and RP James behind. James is going for the move. He always had to ride the curb. He's had to ride the curb there. As a Splinter also has the engine glitch. Yikes. All I'm going to say about that. Button's back seems to have fallen away from his teammate here. Those softs won't last too many laps longer, especially not on a 50% race. Luckily for him, most laps have been under safety car. And Bazooka Joe really doesn't look up to the races today. He's really just been falling back. I actually feel bad for the man. But hopefully he can pick it up, you know, and really just push now. Push to the end. Anyway, moving up to TJ, he's seeing Jordan here and ghosting through him, clearly. I'm not going to bother looking because I don't know if there's ever going to be a move of him. Anyway, T-Funky and Splinter are really the guys who need to start making positions ASAP. TJ's overtaken Jordan. That is confirmed. Flex also behind. Oh, TJ's lost it to Jordan. As we get into the DRS section, it's just a DRS train here. As we can see, you know, we're right on back with RP James. Deadwood Bear up the inside of Bazooka Joe. And he has now got the position. TJ back through as well. Everyone's got the engine glitch and I'm just, oof, it's not nice. The leader's also just in their own little race right now. Conal looking like he may be the one to take the win today. It's all Bazooka Joe. It's T-Funky up the inside. We can hear those awful engines. Bazooka Joe down into 10th position. I think it's unlucky at the moment. He may just be struggling on the hard tyres. The hards aren't always the best for everyone. Anyway. Who's near enough in DRS? And TJ in DRS range as well. Flex has been overtaken by Deadwood Bear. I mean, that was unexpected. TJ's actually overtaken Buttons back here before the bus stop chicane. But Button is into the pits. Flex also into the pits. So a few drivers now going into the pit lane and don't know what their hopes are here. Oh, I'm not going on board with you. I mean, Button and Flex both going to the mediums, probably to the end now. I mean, soft medium is possible. Don't know how viable it is, but it's possible. Anyway, we're going to look in front of us as Bazooka Joe. Closing on T-Funky. He's taking a wide line. Oh, T-Funky not giving Bazooka Joe enough room. Really not enough room. Bazooka Joe doing the right thing and not resetting the track as per the rules say in F1. However, in F2 it's bad. F2 it's allowed. Anyway, both your leaders. Quite a good gap to Conal now. Conal has been caught by TJ just slightly. Deadwood Bear close to Jordan as well. James and Splinter also looking for a fight with each other. The incident between the T-Funky and Bazooka Joe will be looked at by the stewards. Flex Marcel with a penalty. That actually going to look back here as Buttons pressuring Bazooka Joe. Can we see a move into the really fast left-hander? I do wonder. Actually don't know the corner names. It's a few 5-second penalties, dearie me. But yes, we did get one. Actually, it was just before the fast left-hander. But Boston's really got a gap now. TJ also revving his engine out as much as possible. And Bazooka Joe pitting in as well. The hard's not feeling nice for him. Deadwood Bear on Jordan. Up the well, around the outside. My apologies. As Flex overtakes Bazooka Joe. And Jordan also overtaken as James. Oh, that's a squeeze and a half. Both of them back on track though, so I'm not... I mean, T-Funky may have pushed him just slightly. Oh, well, I say slightly. He pushed him over the track. However, James got the position in the end, so... I mean, it's a win in my book. If you're James, at least there's Flex. But another penalty, jeez. Don't know if Flex is going to be happy in a points position. Or ending up in a points position at this moment in time. But it does look like the hard runners aren't having the best of times. A man like James, who's normally really quick, at the moment struggling here on these hards. Is it possible that the mediums are just that much better? And you have to look at an 8-second gap to see that. For the lead, at least. You know, and TJ's pushed through the field. As TJ's just dove it on Conal. It's a tight squeeze, but Conal's going to try and keep it here. As TJ's forced to back out. Both of them are now ready for the DRS struggle. Here we go. Conal defending right in the middle. Thing you'd love to see it. Oh, TJ's giving him a big ass squeeze there. Deadwood Bear also keeping the position on Jordan. T-Funky, this time on the inside, gets overtaken by Splinter. And is now forced to be on... Well, forced to be on the outside. Sorry, inside. Forced to be the little spoon, as I like to say. Lads, don't ever become the little spoon. Yeah, I can tell T-Funky's fuming. It's his fault. I mean... no comment. Anyway, the battle for the lead at the moment. Both of the leaders looking quite solid at the moment. Slash just out of the DRS though. Well, just in, sorry. He'll have it for the small section here. But it looks like Radar... Oh no, never mind. Ignore me about that. It looked like Radar was going in the pits, but he decided not to as Deadwood Bear slides in behind Jordan here. As Conal's into the pits. Along with Splinter. Ooh. Looks like I was right. The medium runners can't last that long, which means T-Funky is going to have to pit soon. We're going to ride on board with James here. He's got Deadwood Bear and Jordan in his sights. Both of the F2 guys. They're going to go side by side. Oh, Jordan gives a squeeze. James makes it 3 wide. And who's going to take the position? Deadwood Bear or James? Deadwood Bear dives out the inside. That was a brilliant move, I have to admit. Deadwood Bear really keeping himself in there. Absolutely brilliant. Jordan, unfortunately, down to 6th. TJ, 10 seconds behind the leaders. At the moment, Splinter and Conal both on fresh tyres. Conal, I believe, may have had a penalty there. Hence why he's now out behind Splinter, but... Oh, James going wide. As you can see who has pit from the safety car and who hasn't, as there's a big 10.4 second gap. Would have been a lot more if not for the fact that T-Funky looks to be slowing down a bit. Slash over a second behind now. Are these two going to go in the pits? For now, they're not. So you probably could take the softs. 7 laps at least. So this means these two are possibly trying to go to the end. Maybe. I know one of them is probably trying just to out-pit the other. Because if one goes in the pits, they're going to both want to go in the pits. You know, one could decide they want to go on the softs and the other stay out on the mediums and possibly win this race. So you do not want to risk that. You really don't. And I'm keeping with Jordan just to see if James can get his move done. T-Funky's also behind here. Conal into the pits again. And it doesn't look like there will be a move done here. Oh. No. James just out. But he's gonna look at it. And he's going to pressure Deadwood Bear till the end of time. It's how you should see racing. You know, give the other driver the pressure. And I remind everyone now, fastest lap is given to anyone in this league. So at the moment, Redar may have it, but if Conal ends up guessing fastest lap, then it looks like he will maybe be guessing a point in 12th. Obviously, he may not finish 12th, but that was an example. You know, you can't just. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but yeah, he may not finish 12th. He may finish lower. He may finish higher. The only way you don't get a fastest lap is if you're disqualified from the session. Then you are not given any points at all, and possibly reprimanded even worse, depending on the reason for disqualification. Right, James is going to look up the inside at the bus stop chicane. I mean, it's unorthodox to say the least, but it worked. T-Funky into the pits as well. I think Deadwood Bear didn't get the DRS, but there's no doubt he'll be a second behind James when it comes to the next DRS section, which is only a few corners away. T-Funky's probably going to go on to softs. Splinter with the fastest lap. Ooh. Interessante. Jordan's already backed off. Deadwood Bear, he's going to go for the outside move. Let's hope he doesn't cut Jordan off. And Jordan, oh, hey, no, never mind. Not Jordan, James. James was unfortunately nowhere near though. It's a brilliant little battle between these three, and they've definitely been the highlight of today's race. Splinter closing in on Flex Marcel though, as he's actually got the move done on the DRS section, so well done him. Anyway, looking at the leaders now. Slash and Redar. Obviously we don't know their tyre wear at the moment, but what we do know is that they're saving up ERS. Saving it all for when each of them, you know, want to either defend slash overtake. Slash knows he's got to use all he's got to make that overtake in that second DRS section. As for Redar, he knows he's got to defend it all for that second DRS section. There's a yellow flag in the second sector. I'm not sure who it is. The second sector is fucking massive. But it's gone. So, oh well. Anyway, the top three, all on the mediums. All of them looking to go pretty much to the end. I believe, at least. Button's back for a 3-second time penalty. That's going to give Splinter a big reason to push now. Oh, Jordan. Flex into the pits. 5-level mediums and he's in again. He now has to push the fastest lap. There is no other choice for this man. James and Deadwood very, very close. I think that was a bit of a wing. Looks like it may be James's. That is his front right end plate gone. Meanwhile, looking up the field, Slash is closing into Redar. Not really at a rate of knots, but he is closing in. These two are having a very good race so far, and yet Slash is pushing right now. James is also trying to push away from him. Obviously, if I was sorry, not James, Reader. If I was Reader at the moment, you know, just get that ERS off. Let him get this overtake, this lap, this DRS section, and then re-overtake him with that next DRS section. Slash looking at it though. Really, really looking at it. He wants that badly. Could this be it? Oh, it's going to be even before the DRS section. Unless his ERS runs out. That probably is the only worry. Oh, no, Redar's not using any of it. Yikes. James into the pits for the softs. See, he has wing damage, we know that. Slash only with one warning. Redar with two. If either of these get a penalty, that's almost confirming the result for us. However, I'm very surprised the guys in the mediums at the moment, you know, the front runners, aren't trying their, you know, aren't pitting again. They could go for fastest lap as well. But obviously they know that, it's not that they know they'd stand a chance, it's more that they know if they pit, it gives everyone else a chance to get in the win. The yellow in sector 2. Oh, it's RP James out. And I don't know how he's ended up spinning there. I really don't. But he's at the edge of the track. I'm not going to look. It's like we're trying to focus on this battle here. But James is out, and that is 12th position for him. James is now Flex versus Conal to see who can get the last points paying position. Redar's held in a hell of a lot of ERS, sorry. He's now got the chance to really get back at Slash. He can slash his chance at a win right here, right now. Oh no, he's backed off. He's staying behind for now. 3 laps to go, and Redar looking very conservative. Possibly waiting towards the end to, you know, make that move at the last second. He's probably only using the ERS just to gain back up very slowly but carefully. You know, you don't want to put yourself in jeopardy of losing all the points. As Flex gets fastest lap. Well on, Flex. Let's see, if you know, you'd rather get 18 points and lose out on a win than get 0 points and lose out on a possible championship. It's 6 races, by the way. 6 races. That's all we have in this calendar, which means every race counts. There is no point risking it all in one, because that one could really screw you over. You don't want to get a points deduction this season, I tell you that for a fact. 150 points is the... sorry, actually, 150... No, not 150. No, yeah, 150 points is the max you can get, not including fastest laps here. So, including fastest laps, 156. Which means at most the gap between first and last will be 156 points. And I think you could lose out on 26 of those by not even finishing. Heck, not even starting is even worse, but I digress. My point's clear. My point is clear. Flex though, really closing in on Bazooka Joe right now. Jordan with a 3-second penalty. We're keeping with Redar. We've only got 2 laps left to go. Next lap, and then the final lap. Our leaders have had a stunning race. Redar's not using any ERS, even though he could, which I find funny. You know, you don't want to be at 100% ERS. Like, you want to be 99, but not 100. As a yellow flag in sector 1 is Conal. Oh, he's crashed out at Eau Rouge and Radion, which means we have a top 10. However, if one of these gets disqualified, you never know. Redar really pressuring Slash. Can this move get done? Will it get done as Deadwood Bear picks up a 5-second penalty? Again, I think that's his second one of this race. Obviously they can be removed if you ask the stewards. The main steward being Deadwood Bear. But no, Redar is choosing not to overtake. Okay, that's very interesting. Very interesting indeed. He's personally choosing not to overtake. Splinter, 1.9 seconds behind Barton's back. Flex, 1.7 seconds behind Bazooka Joe. Makes that 1.6, which means we have 3 possible battles, 3 possible overtakes at the moment. Let's also not forget Jordan, 1.9 seconds behind Deadwood Bear. Which means everyone apart from TJ and C Funky have a possible overtake / loser position on their hands. However, the one I'm interested in, I think the one everyone should be interested in right now, is the one for the leaders. Now, just to answer a question in chat, TJ, he looks decent. But anyway, this is where Redar needs to use it all. He has to make this overtake this lap if he wants to overtake Slash. He has to make it at the DRS zone. There is no other way. This track is too harsh on drivers who don't push for overtakes. You have to risk it all this one section. You know, if you fuck up at Eau Rouge and Radion, you're fucked. I'm sorry. But Redar, he's going to go for the outside line. He's been waiting for this for ages. Slash makes a little bit of contact with him. But Redar out in front. There's the yellow flag in sector 2/3. I'm not so sure who that was. I think it was Flex, who seems to have lost a hell of a lot of time between him and Bazooka Joe. Nobody else closing their gap down. All of them staying about a similar distance. Now, if Redar or Slash end up getting penalties, this could be it all over for them. Conal's left the session. I think even Conal knows exactly what's about to happen here. This could be the moment. Slash can make this move possible. You know, there is... I'm not saying he can't. I think he can. He just has to do it here. But he looks too far back. It's a 4/10 gap. 3.4. Oh, sorry, 0.34. Slash is going to have to dive. Surely. He's done for it. He's done for it around the outside. No. And it looks like it is Redar who will take this win. And yes, it is. It's Redar followed by Slash. TJ's going to end up in 3rd. The man has just been quiet all race, apart from his lag spikes. The massive ones. Like every single one of them. He's come home for a comfortable 3rd position. Deadwood Bear looks like he'll be taking 4th, but with some penalties, I don't think it will be. No, as Jordan even gets past him. Barton's back will take 6th, Never mind. Splinter will take 5th. Deadwood Bear 6th. Buttons back in 7th at the moment. Obviously, these can change for penalty removals. We don't want to forget about penalty removals. So Buttons back, losing out to Splinter there. T-Funky home in 8th. Bazooka Joe will be 9th. And I think Flex Marcel will take 10th, however with 2 points, because I believe he has fastest lap. So well done Bazooka Joe for that 9th. Flex died across the line. I mean, hey, a points finish is a points finish. Doesn't matter how good or bad it is. But it is a first place for Redar. He takes today's win. He is the first winner of season 4.5. So 1, 2, 3. Our top 3. 2 new drivers taking 2nd and 3rd, and the veteran to Rising Phoenix, V-Redar, taking the win. Also, just want to say well done to Redar, Slash, and Bazooka Joe for not having any penalties. Very good of them today. We can also see it was unlucky for these boys down here who ended up getting DNFs. But I just want to say well done to everyone. This is your final order. However, it can change. I remind you this, it can change. Anyway, I'll see you next time. We'll have round 2. Peace.